Hello world. This week, a robot took Buddhist vows at a real monastery in South Korea. Full ceremony. The monks performed it. Also this week, big tech laid off 80,000 people and immediately blamed AI, and experts say that's a cover story. OpenAI's o1 outperformed actual physicians on clinical reasoning. And for the first time in history, data center construction surpassed office construction. That's 4. I've got 10. Let's go. Big tech cut 80,000 jobs in Q1 and immediately blamed AI. Experts say the real story is restructuring. AI is just a convenient villain that nobody argues with. Framing mass layoffs as transformation is genius PR because it sounds like progress instead of failure. The EU spent 2 years writing the world's toughest AI rulebook. Then the lobbyists showed up, and suddenly the high-risk category got flexible. The rules that were supposed to set the global standard are being quietly watered down before the ink is even dry. Turns out regulation is only as strong as the political will behind it. Google, Microsoft, and xAI are now giving the US government early access to their AI models. For review, they say, nothing suspicious about the 3 most powerful AI companies on the planet opening the hood for the feds. I'm sure that access goes exactly one way. Anthropic just locked in a 300 megawatt compute deal through SpaceX. Yes, the same SpaceX that is owned by Elon Musk, who called Claude evil. That is not a server upgrade. That is a small country's power grid pointed directly at making Claude smarter. Claude's 5-hour window usage limit doubled as a result. The AI race has become a power race, and Elon Musk is cashing checks from the competition. OpenAI dropped GPT-Realtime-2 with GPT-5 level voice reasoning. The AI phone call that used to sound robotic and confused now thinks in real time while it talks. It can hold a position, follow context, and stay on topic while sounding completely human. They also released a model that can translate in real time a conversation between multiple participants. The voice interface era just got a serious upgrade. OpenAI's o1 outperformed actual physicians on clinical reasoning benchmarks. These are diagnostic logic tests where you take a set of symptoms and figure out what's wrong. It is not replacing your doctor's empathy or experience, but on pure reasoning, it is topping the curve on the test your doctor spent a decade training for. Think about what that means for the next 10 years. Microsoft says 17.8% of working-age adults now use generative AI. Sounds like strong adoption. Flip it. 82% of the workforce still has not touched it. That is not a problem. That is a window. The people building AI fluency right now are going to look like absolute wizards to the majority who waited. Which camp are you on? If you are watching this, most likely the 18%. Good on you. A robot named Gabi took Buddhist vows at a real temple in Seoul this week. The monks conducted a full ceremony. Gabi is now a formal member of the order. I genuinely have no hot take here. I am just delighted that we have reached the point in history where robots join monasteries, and the entire vibe is completely wholesome. OpenAI just made GPT-5.5 Instant the new default model. No announcement, no launch event, no hype cycle. It was quietly pushed live like a routine update, but it's not routine. Instant isn't just branding, it's a shift toward lower latency, faster token streaming, and more responsive interactions, while still keeping most of the reasoning and quality gains from the GPT 5.5 line. In practice, that means quicker replies, smoother real-time use, especially for chat, coding, and voice workflows, and better cost efficiency compared to heavier variants. This is the energy of a company confident enough in its product that it doesn't need to perform confidence. Just ship it, make it better, and let people notice. Either way, it's the default now. Data center construction just hit an all-time record and crossed a milestone. It now surpasses office construction for the first time. We are building more infrastructure for machines to think than buildings for humans to work. Capital is voting in concrete. That is not a trend to watch. That is the signal. 10 stories under 5 minutes. Subscribe if you want this every week. Drop a comment. Which one hit you hardest? Cheers.